Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I am really excited to bring you this new collection from our friends at Scrapbooking called Patchwork, and it's got a wonderful paper pack as well as 2 different sheets of rice paper. I'm going to show you projects using all of these, but let's first take a look at the Patchwork paper pad here. It's 12 by 12 and it's got this wonderful, that signature look that Scrapbooking has where it's very collaged, very gorgeous. The colors are so beautiful. I love the blues and the reds and the yellows and the greens. Here we have some great for journaling, and then of course on the other side, beautiful tags, wonderful artwork. Look at the gorgeous stars. So fun to use. The minute I saw this, I knew I would just love to start working with this. And it's even got an alphabet, which that's new for them. I haven't seen that before. There we go. All right, and then the rice papers has that same art. And each one of these sheets is 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. And I'm going to show you projects using all of this. So let's get started. And my first project is a scrapbook page. Whoops. And I just love the layered look with got your great paper paste that already has these wonderful borders, and then I just took another little bit of sort of some newspaper print paper from the pack and just did a little rectangle of that, and then matted my 6x4 photo, and then just started sort of layering with the cutouts with foam tape. And then I brought in these wonderful from 49 and Market. These are sunshine flowers. They're paper flowers, and they are gorgeous. And I put together my entire page using the Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which for those of you who have watched before know this is just my favorite glue. I always just keep like a bent paper clip in it to keep that nozzle clear. So if you see that with the paper clip in it occasionally, you'll know why. And then I also love sparklets, and this is the All Is Calm pack of sparklets. It's got just, the page just has a little bit of wonderful shimmer to it because of all the sparklets that are on here. That was a fun project to do. And then also did a quick and easy card. And for this card, so fast, I think maybe it took less than 5 minutes to make. What I did was, Scrapbooking papers are so great to just cut apart and use bits and pieces from each one. So what I did was I took my card and I used, I think it's from over on this side, and I put my card and used it so that the border on the top of the page was actually the bottom of my card. And then I used one of these, here we go, one of these great rectangular cutout tags, and put that on there. And then I just added a little bit of red sparkle ribbon from our red ribbon pack. And then I love these rainbow flat back pearls. Look at this nice big pack of these pearls, and just used a dot of glue to put those in the center, and bang, just done. A really cute little card in no time flat. Then I also wanted to do a project using a little decoupage, okay? And so these 2 projects, well, first of all, this is one of the wonderful ceramic plaques that we have, and I did a recent video using these. So if you just look up the Scrapbooking ceramic plaques, you'll see a video with those and more ideas. But for this particular one, I used, let me see if I can find it. This one, this rice paper, this one is called the gift rice paper, and I wanted to just sample elements from that. So what I did was I just took my piece and I thought, okay, that's about the right size. So I cut this piece out where it says, yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And I thought that would be really cute to make a magnet with. So I went ahead and decoupaged that by just taking the Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I just mixed it with a little bit of water. So it was probably 50% water, 50% glue, and that was my decoupage medium. And how I did that is I'm going to show you right now a real quick demo. It was so easy. Oops, actually I'm going to use my rice paper that I've already used here. And one of the great ways to use this rice paper is to just use a little bit of water. You can either tear it or you can cut it out. I find that if I'm going to tear it, I want to have this sort of feathered look around there. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to paint some water around the outside edge, the white edge. And what I'm doing is I'm just making a little path for tearing. Because once that's moistened, the rice paper just tears right in that path. Okay? And it gives you this wonderful feathered edge that's very different, and it's a very different look than if you cut it. And I mean, it's perfectly fine to cut it, but I noticed if I'm wanting to decoupage this and just give it a little bit more of an artistic feel, then tearing it was the way to go for me. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to make up my little blend of glue. Go, you don't need much. A little bit of water. Mix that up. All right, and then what I did was just paint this mixture directly on the back of the rice paper. And it's much sturdier than, say, tissue paper, so you can, once you get it full of glue and things, you're still going to be able to pick it up and manipulate it, so that's just fine. All right, so now this is a circle that I'm using, so how am I going to do this with the square rice paper? Okay, and really the most important part of this is the little words. So the rest of this can just sort of run off the edge. And you're just painting that on the paper. Now, if you painted it directly on the ceramic, because it's so porous, it just sucks all that glue and water right up. So it's not a great idea to do that. So I like to just paint it directly on the rice paper. Go. And then as I've painted it, I can just start tearing it because it is wet. I'm just tearing it even with that edge. Okay. Oops. So you get the idea, and then, okay, so I would have torn this away all the way around, but I'm gonna save a little time and not tear the rest. And then I just put that same glue mixture over the top. Make sure you get the edges again really well. Okay. And this just gives a nice matte finish. It's not going to be glossy. A nice matte finish. And then let this dry for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes even. And then I'm going to take this, is of course Cosmic Shimmer Golden Glow Opal Polish. And I'm just going to take the little sponge. And I'm just going to put some, this would be so much better if this was dry, but I'm just going to put some around that edge. And that covers up any of the little white edges and things like that, and just gives it a nice finished look. And then I can just add a couple of magnets, which you can also get at Paper Wishes, so you don't have to buy a huge amount. And for a large one like this, 2 magnets would be more than enough. And I would just use some tacky craft glue to put along the back of that. Then you can just decorate this with, these are Pixie Petals flowers from 49 Market. You could just put a couple little flowers there, and you can even add some jewels, some little sparklets. There we go. Just like that. So, isn't that sweet? And just a really fun little market. I made a lot of these for Christmas. Magnet, rather. Market. So for this one, This is just a tile. It's about 6 inches, and you can get these at any home improvement store. And for this, I used the remainder of this sheet. All of this excess that I didn't use around here, I just sort of pieced that all around my tile, used the same decoupage process, put some here, until I filled in this space. And then I went ahead and did that water to rice paper technique to tear out this square piece and decoupage that on the center, and then just did my opal polish around the edge. And then once that was dry, I added from 49 and Market. This is the Country Blooms. This is the cobalt blue. I also used the yellow little pixie petals and also the sea glass. And of course the All Is Calm sparklets. And just had fun decorating all of this. And I would caution you though that this is definitely not like a trivet or a hot pad kind of situation, because we did use the glue, and if it's activated with water, it is water-based. It could get sticky again, or if you put something hot on it, that's not a good idea. So it's strictly for decorative use. And what I will do is I have one of these little frame holders, and I'll just take it and put it on display in my house like that. And you can get these at the dollar store. So just a fun gift, and these tiles are about $1, so you can get great big ones too. All right, so let's try one more project here. I thought I would build a card with you. Here we go. And I've made a Z-fold card, okay? And how I did that is I just took 2 blank cards, okay? And I just took one and glued it like this to the inside of the other, right? And that gives me my shape. Here we go. So I'm going to start with, I've got all my pieces from the paper pack. It's kind of all in a mess right now. All right, so I'm just going to take some glue and just start gluing all of my pieces. Make sure I have all the right little bits. And put together just sort of a fun card with pockets, sort of even a little mini book. There we go. And just want to show you really how fast this can go together. And I've got my front cover here. And even, I think I want to lift that up for a second. I think I'm just going to add a doily. Also kind of gives you a chance to look at my design process. Usually when I'm making these things, this is how I do this. I sit here and I add and I play and I layer. Okay. And then let's see what else we've got. Some little yellow flowers, little bits of things here and there. Little buttons. And I'm already thinking I probably should have added all these at the end, because the minute I open this, these are going to fall off because they're not going to dry quite yet. So I'm just going to push these down. Maybe I can get away with it. Okay, there we go. All right, so the next one go. For this one, I'm going to make a pocket. I'm going to take one of these little squares. Just going to put glue around the bottom edge and the sides. And I cut this little sentiment from one of the background papers and just stapled a little ribbon to the top edge. And because I left the top open, I can just have that come out like that. Oops. All right, here's another paper. I liked this little piece because it had Home Sweet Home on the bottom of it. And this one actually had a notch taken out of it from when I was cutting out something else. So I just took a piece of paper, a scrap piece, and just glued it there as a border so that it got it all squared up. Go. I'm going to put that one on the back. Cute one with a teacup. Life is like a cup of tea. It's all how you make it. That's a great sentiment. And we've got some little buttons. Couple more flowers. There we go. All right, so you can see how this is working. I've still got lots more things that I can do the back edge as well. So I'll finish this card and then I'll put this on the product page with the patchwork collection so you can see how the finished product will look front and back. So I would really encourage you today to check out the wonderful money saver we have on this patchwork collection. It's a great deal. It's the money saver link is on the blog page, and the vlog page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just check out the description below for the links. Thanks for joining me today.